You working hard?
No, not really.
At the first, I think they didn't think they were gonna have enough kids to field the pool.
Yeah, I know it. No, they had a bunch leave.
I know, what's her name?
Yeah,
Zoe
Griffin.
Griffin, yeah, they need to have it. She was a good player.
She committed to A&M the other day.
Zoe did.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes, I'll let you know.
Need one, I think.
Yeah, well, that's awful, that's horrible.
I turned it on and started watching it, and I was like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
turned it off on and I changed the channel, or something, I just kept looking at it, thinking about it.
Yeah, they said it was the worst defeat since what, 1915 or something like that.
69 to 3.
They said that
Who is it?
Oregon's punter, or Oregon's coach, finally let the punter punt because they were afraid he'd transfer.
Well, I was thinking, why did we have Southern, I mean, take the.
Hey, you know what I want?
Yeah,
I want that orange, that hoodie.
Have you-
Video you.
Have
with
you
that
heard
orange
from
hoodie.
Renee Gala?
No, I haven't. That was hilarious. I swear it's hilarious. The way you were jumping off and down and swinging.
I hurt my knee.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Where was that at?
Enid.
Where?
Enid.
Oh, Enid, Oklahoma? But it was just funny watching. I tried to find that video and show my mom. I could not find it nowhere. I think it's on your daughter's page, maybe. I don't know, but it was a good one.
I don't even know for sure who did
You want to put that on your desk?
this.
I was looking at the stats on that game, and Oregon's quarterback was 16 for 21 for 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Had a rating of 230. Yeah.
Hey, there you are.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I'll put that on your desk, ma'am. All right, you did that. Good, perfect.
I mean, that's cool.
Did everybody receive that text from Patrick?
Yeah.
You didn't, Shane? He said he texted everybody.
Yeah. Didn't no check.
Don't even have a phone.
But that's that.
Matter of fact, it was back. Oh, you let him back. I would go with you, but then I'm not number 1 city, so you want.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. Everybody ready? I'd like to call the City of Wagoner special call business meeting September 11th, 2025 at 6 p.m.
Item number 1, discussion and possible action regarding all grant applications or take other action.
Folks, the reason I called this tonight is, I know, Nate, you weren't here last week, but we really have to get on the same page about grants. Gayla, where did, I know you said you talked to Ernie Ode about the concrete for the sidewalks. Where did you come up with the quote on the splash pad?
Quote came from Power Plate.
Okay. Is there anything in there on what it's going to take for us to get water to the site?
Yep, we talked about that in a park meeting back in the past, and then the Power Play sent a, I don't know if I got it with me, a note about what we can do, and it's like a 2-inch pipe. And if I may ask, I'll let Tanya, would you please, Tanya?
Yes.
You got that from Power Play?
Yes, the reason we talked about it.
And it's a 2-inch, what it is, we can do ourselves. You know, the dirt work, the 2-inch pipe, something else, but it's just minimal of the stuff we could do to put that splash pad in there.
The deal is that I have an issue with, and we talked about it, you know, several months ago. We all want a splash pad. We don't want anything less for Lincoln Park. You know, we've really got something going over there, and we want to continue that momentum. But the deal is, on this grant, it says that we're on the hook for 10%. We have no engineering on this.
Okay, did you not read the letter where this came from Chief Hopkins himself? He wrote it at 9:42 Tuesday, stating that I know how much the grant you asked for, but I'm giving you $150,000 free money, and you don't have to pay it back, period.
I get that, but in this grant application, it says we're on 10%.
Yeah, he said that, I mean, that grant application don't mean anything. It's just an estimate.
It does, though. I mean, this is a law-abiding contract.
I wish I had told him to come, because he said if you need me to show up, I will. But what we asked for and what he gave us, he said this doesn't have anything to do with that grant. You could ask for $500,000, and what he gave us was $150,000. That's all he wants now. If we spend $140,000 on the splash pad, then we're going to have to pay that $150,000 back, because we didn't utilize the $150,000. Now, $150,000 is what he gave you free. He asked me also on the phone the other day when I called him about this, and he said, that doesn't mean anything, what you asked for. We have a lot of grants that ask for a lot of money. And with you asking for this grant, we was able to give $1.8 million grants out, but that wasn't even what I was planning on doing.
I wholeheartedly understand that, but the issue is, in this documentation, it says we're on the hook for 10% of it. We went through budget, and we had roughly $27,000 left over on the city side. That's $15,000. We just have to work together.
Not, say, in-kind work? You know, the work that we do that counts.
It does say in-kind work on there.
It can, but I mean, is that we're pulling our employees off of other projects? We're gonna have to buy pipe? There's, in-kind work doesn't just mean free.
So the
No, yeah, I
problem,
get
I mean,
that.
is, basically what I'm understanding is that we're being told one thing by Chief Hoskin, and the grant application says another thing. Is that, I mean, is that what?
Yeah.
That's completely it.
Just to simplify it, right?
And, you know,
Kind of,
we,
sorta, yeah.
we talked to Taylor, because I'll be completely honest, after all this, Gayla wanted me to sign this 3 times, and I told her I can't. I can't do it without council approval. We don't have the funds. We're in the middle of a budget. We haven't allocated funds for this.
Right.
We took an oath to do what's best for the city of Wagoner, and I can't put the city on the hook for this in the middle of a fiscal year. And so I talked to Taylor, I talked to his boss, was very embarrassed, told him how embarrassed I was, I told him the whole story, and they said that they would work with us on an extension. They even told Laura that we could resubmit the grant, because the $440,000, I mean, there's no way that the city is gonna be able to pony up an additional $300,000.
Sure.
So the issue is, we gotta be on the same team here. We've talked about it and talked about it. And we're hurting us. You know, this could make the Cherokees so upset that they never give us a grant again.
Now, this
And-
is making them upset. This right here is making them upset. Because when I call him at 9:50 at night, and he's on vacation, and he's pissed off because he said, what council people would not vote for $150,000 free money? When I made that thing out and saying what we needed, he didn't give us $400-some thousand. The max was $150,000. That's the max. And then $25,000 was the minimum they gave. I looked on the list, you got Help in Crisis, got $25,000, somebody else got $50,000, somebody else got something else. That was a list of what I wanted, just like a list for GRDA. Okay, I asked for 24,000, well, they gave me 11,000 and something, so for a little sidewalk. So whatever sidewalks, which I got to redo that, because 11,000 is not going to give me but 4 or 5 sidewalks. It's because the concrete's so high. So I need to go back and redo the application and ask her, say, hey, can I take that application and revamp it and see how much it costs to redo the basketball court and all that? And use, and see if you don't come to 11,000 that she gave me, come to 8, then 8 is what I take for that.
What did that lady tell you from Lake Region, Rhonda? I mean, she kind of acted kind of clueless, didn't she?
No, you.
I mean, she,
GRDA.
GRDA, yeah.
She just told me that you had submitted the application, but they would have to have actual
Yes,
invoices
that's what
to
I
give
told
us
her.
money.
What?
But she did not have anything other than the application. She didn't have any estimates or anything like that.
She didn't have the actual invoices, and I told her that with only giving us 11,000 is not going to be enough for a sidewalk. So I got to redo it and then get the actual price of how much somebody would charge to do the basketball court and revamp it and paint it. And then when I get the actual invoice, and I told her if it's 6,000, 8,000, whatever, since you gave me 11,000, don't add up to 11, then that's fine. At least that she have the invoice and the quote and everything she needs. That's why I am turning thing into her, because that 11,000 not going to do the sidewalks like we want.
I don't think anybody here would necessarily turn down free money. I think where the problem lies again is that the contract or the grant says one thing, but we're being told that something totally different in this email. I mean,
Well, we approved a paint job for a building and then wooded it up afterwards with some particle board, so,
do what?
on the railroad.
Okay.
$8,000 to paint it. We spent $6,000 2 months after to board it up. So, I mean, it's the same.
I can call Chuck right now and.
I don't understand what you're talking about on that. We turned that into a
150.
storage area. We're still gonna paint
That's
that.
$14,000, so. If we can find the 14, I don't know how we can't find
But
the
you're
50.
talking about being on the hook 10% for something.
10% of
That we don't
150
even have in the
of
budget.
services,
So
which could be.
10%
We need to match
150.
the
If you had to,
11,000.
that's 15,000.
We need to match the 11,000.
No.
No,
No.
no,
11,000
no.
GRDA, you don't match.
Oh, I thought we pay it and then they pay us back.
No, not on GRDA. No.
Good.
And we haven't seen anything yet from the GRDA grant.
That was done like last
Have
year.
you talked to Chief Hoskin?
I talked to Taylor and his supervisor. I don't remember her name. And
Who's Taylor?
Taylor is a person that helped with the grants. He's just somebody that, like, on the grant board, that's what he is. But this application was filled out way back in April because I asked for money. But, you know, I mean, when I got this agenda item, I called Chuck that Tuesday night, and he said, well, I'm out of town, out of the country. I can write this email up, and I send it to Taylor and Savannah and get them on the same page, because he said, I just can't understand what council, this exact words, what council people would not vote for 150. I know you asked for this amount, and it's on the app, just like everybody else, he said, like Help in Crisis asked for 125, but they only got 25,000, you know, for what they needed. So, I mean, they didn't get what they asked for.
And that's, we're not talking about voting against the free money. We're talking about, there needs to be all the info brought to the table. You know, I talked to Taylor and them, and if it took us 3 years, if we had to bank next budget, and then if we had to bank the following budget, we could do that. If we wanted to build a $150,000 splash pad, then we could do that. But we kind of have to all be on the same page. I mean, if we sign this, that is agreeing for the city of Wagoner to be on the hook of 10%.
It's not, do you want to put them, you want Chuck on speakerphone?
No.
Because that's the only way you're going to understand what he's talking about.
Well, let me ask you this too. I mean, let's say we did build a splash pad. What's it gonna cost to operate it every year?
Well, from what
Do we know
Ms.
that?
No.
Yeah, Mr. Peters said in our park committee it's recyclable water.
Sure.
And the sewer is not gonna, and electric, is not gonna cost that much to operate it.
Well, we don't know if we go with
How
that
much is that
type.
much? I mean, you know.
Well, no, you, I mean.
That much can
he
be,
just-
I mean, in.
Maybe we should ask Halbert and okay or
I
something,
mean,
little towns that are paying.
okay, but what
Where our
I
people are
think
going.
what we're getting at is, there's gotta be communication. You know, I mean, I kind of agree
Well,
with
we've
him.
never
You
had
know, you
a
can't
grant
just
brought here before to vote on it. The
We-
time I've sat here in the crowd.
We just had a grant not long ago for 140-something thousand for Bollinger Edition through E EODD.
Not from the Cherokee Nation, not from GRDA.
You didn't say Cherokee Nation or GRDA, you said a grant.
I have that information.
Excuse me. No, thank you. We have to be on the same page. It's just like Renee said last council, we gotta quit doing this lone wolf. We're literally hurting the city by doing these type of things.
Okay, first of all, I'm not a lone wolf.
Hold up.
And second of
Hold
all,
up. Hold up. Don't take my words and twist them. My exact words is that if we all been hired, we don't get paid, but we get some type of incentive. We all was elected here to do a job, and it is for the community, not for our own personal agendas. I said we need to operate in unity. That's what I said. I said that we don't need to be lone wolves in doing things. I think that Gayla brought this presentation to us. Now, the way that we can solve this instead of sitting here for 45 and an hour is that if Mr. Hoskin agrees to come and do a presentation and give us the full intel of the grant, then we don't have to guess about what this costs and what that costs and what that costs. We don't need to be here a whole hour to decide.
Completely
Because
agree.
it seems like none of us got the answers. So we should just agree to have him to come and do a presentation and give us the full disclosure, and then we don't have to guess.
exactly, and that's
Completely
exactly what he
agree
No
with you.
said.
discussion.
Has the check already been given?
The check is the check
No,
is,
we have not received a check.
the check is with the Cherokee Nation, he told me. But like he said, if I knew that this wasn't gonna work, his word on his email, he would have sent the guy that came down for the $25,000 that we took with the bathrooms. But since this ain't suitable for us, then it'd be Chuck or it'd be the guy that came down with the 25,000, Canaan Duncan, his right-hand person.
You know, I know personally from being a Cherokee descendant myself. I've had some things that this is on this side where I live at is Creek Nation. It is out of the jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So I know that the tribe usually do things if you have to be within the jurisdiction. I mean, I think me and Jimmy talked about that. I don't know who Jimmy talked to, but on my emails, I've contacted the tribe on many occasions, and there were certain people that sit at a desk or answer the phone who was giving me the runaround. So I personally called the chief, and I said, this is my dilemma on this side. He sent Ruth, who his advisor up under him, and says, look, you're not eligible for this benefit because you're on the creek side, but we have other benefits that we can work with you on right now. And so you'll be eligible for those benefits. So my deal is we're not getting the full facts because you look like you got different people running interference. I know that Taylor told you one thing, Savannah told someone one thing, and all this hearsay is just, y'all, we grown people. We sitting here going back and forth talking about this person said this and this said that. We shouldn't even have any meeting or even have a presentation unless we have all our facts and our ducks in a row. This is ridiculous. So until we have facts, we need to shut this thing down until we can get a presentation and get a full disclosure on what we need to do instead of going back and forth and this. And you talk about communication, well, we ain't communicating with each other. That is the full thing that we need to do, is we need to have all our ducks in a row. I'm getting tired of coming up here for all these different special meetings so that we can air out our opinions. And because one person wanted one way and another. I don't mind doing anything for the community, but I am not coming up here to be a referee. Now, either we're gonna do this thing right or we're not gonna do it at all.
No, I agree with you 100%.
What's the timeline? Was it 90 days? I heard somebody.
But I'm not for sure to check because.
They had told me when I talked to them that they were wanting to do it by the end of the month.
Because they have a fiscal year
No, well,
to get done.
But-
And,
Apply for
yeah, well,
additional one after, because they've given every year, haven't they?
this is
No.
their first year doing this.
Well, the bathrooms, they've given,
The bathroom, they gave us the bathroom in 25,000, 2 years ago.
Can you
And
reach
then
out to Chief
for
Hawkins
us-
and have him be at the next meeting?
Thank you.
Well, it's either chief or Canaan, it can come. But he asked me, he said, with this
Can you
email,
reach out to somebody with this, that has the information that we need with this grant and say,
Thank you.
be here at the next meeting, give us a presentation, so we can have all the information, so we know what we're talking
Well,
about.
that's not a problem.
If we need to call a special meeting because the physical year ends in October 1, we done call one tonight. And I'm sure that he will send a representative here and would be able to speak on behalf of this grant. Because I've done grants before too, and there's little loopholes that, and we don't all, no, none of us know a whole thing about the grants, but they know about their own grant. So let them come and do a presentation before we go any further and discuss what we are and we're not doing. This could be an experience for us, and it can help all of us to grow.
Absolutely.
and if I didn't know there was gonna be this much trouble, I would have had somebody come tonight and speak on it, because he gave me that option. So, but when I read the letter, I took it sufficient enough, because it came from him.
And I understand that, Gayla, that you took the letter from him and everything. And, you know, and we would pray that everybody's words will be their bond, but it's not always that. Just from my experience alone, I need facts. I need somebody to come here, I need somebody to sign off on something, because everybody's word is not their bond.
Well, that's the issue is, and I get the email, but this grant, it's in writing that we're on 10%.
Well, I could call him tomorrow morning, or tonight when I get home, and tell him that you want to have a special meeting again, whatever the case may be, before his fiscal year, and either he could come down and speak, or Canaan
Well,
Duncan could come down.
he's on vacation, maybe
Well,
let's call this Canaan.
No, Chief was out from, like, for a couple of days, out of the country, because he's tired from the
Oh, well, that's what I'm
holidays.
saying.
Yeah, he probably will come. If he don't, he'll send
Well,
Canaan,
I
like
just don't,
Canaan came.
if he's out of town,
Yeah.
and you hinted that he was already perturbed, he's being disturbed,
Yeah.
I'd say don't disturb
Oh,
him.
well, when I called him Tuesday night, it was morning time where he was at.
what other grants do we need to talk about? Because it says all grants.
Yeah,
It's kind of vague.
Future.
all grants, future grants, you know, so we talked the other day, just like with the grant that you were trying to get and you were upset on. We have no idea the guidelines or anything on those grants. You wouldn't show anybody anything.
I would show it to anybody.
Gayla, Rhonda asked several times for it.
I told him
She told me to call
when you called
Chief
me.
Haley.
When you called me, I said we need to see a copy of the grant. Have you talked to the chief? Have you given it to the chief?
You told me that's where I need to start, is go talk to the chief of police.
And did you?
And I said, well, so he's got a W-9 for me?
No, I did not
he just
tell you
doesn't know
that.
what you're doing.
That's
So-
his department, that's his money, you're obligating his department to do something. He needs to know the terms of that grant, is what I told you.
We don't know if it's 100% free grant,
It was.
if it's obligating funds of the city.
Nope.
Well, I don't understand why you wouldn't tell anybody that.
I would tell anybody.
Well, we gotta see it in writing.
Yeah,
You can tell us all they want.
Sounds great. I need to
Let's
get,
see it.
yeah, I mean, I can get whatever.
you had to bring it to us before we
Well, the
apply.
process of how I gotta handle a grant with everybody hasn't been lined out. I tried that right when we first got into budget season, to try to figure out how we can get a grant writer, because everybody's all over the place. It's gotta go through every supervisor, and they write their own grants. My question is, when do they write them? Do they write them while they're working their job? Why is it all their responsibility? Because they have responsibilities to run the entire department.
Because they follow their budget and they know exactly what they can afford and what they can't afford.
Well, grant writer would know that as well, through communication. So
I just don't understand. We had several people that wanted to see your grant, and you wouldn't provide anything.
I thought we were waiting on the final documentation because I had had a W-9 to send to them.
You had to have a grant application before that lists all the facts. I mean, what Caleb presented us is a grant application.
Correct.
You did not present any of that.
It's just the Bissell, where you click on it and you apply for it. I mean,
Okay, but you don't have the authority to apply for grants for the city of Wagoner.
which is exactly why, well, it's not really designated any one person. That's the problem.
But you're not understanding, Nate. You're just going out on your own and doing
I'm
this.
not.
You're not trying to work with everybody. You're wanting your way or no
Yes, I
way.
am, because I've asked for help.
And they asked you to present it.
And I got told to, I was emailed, so I emailed. Then I got told in the email to do an open records request.
No, sir, she did not tell you. She was not even here when you emailed her. She was on vacation.
the email-
Then she told you for larger request to send an email. It had nothing to do with that grant. She was on vacation. I have the email you sent me. She was on vacation, sir.
To do an open records request, so I did.
Not for that grant. She did not. She was not even
Actually,
here.
I came here to check on it in person. And then she told me I needed to get a hold of Rhonda. And then Rhonda told me to get a hold of Chief Haley.
I said we need to see a copy of the grant. The chief needs to see a copy of your grant.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't present a copy of the grant.
It's online, you can click on it.
If you're wanting the city to apply for a grant, why would you not bring that to the city and say, hey, I found this grant, I think it would be really good for the city, let's take a look at this. You didn't do that.
So this is to do, I mean, I don't understand what your point is. It says everybody applies in April, that everybody applies for grants, so.
It's,
I don't-
what are you talking
You said
about?
we all
Who
applied for
says that?
grants. You did, in May, on the May meeting, May 5th.
I said we apply for grants
We all
every
apply for- We
April?
all do grants, is what you said.
We apply for grants throughout the year. But if I'm looking at a grant, one of the first things I start looking at is the budget and going to the department and seeing if it's even feasible. You just went straight to applying for the grant. You didn't,
To a free grant listed on a website. Great. The Bissell Foundation, of all things.
we asked you to present the grant.
For spay and neutering, which we're not doing by law, by state law, we
We,
have to
we,
do.
we just had a clinic not long ago.
But until then, we were, which, thank you, until then, we were having a form that we had through adoption, where they could sign and our legal obligation go over to this entity that doesn't exist, and we told them to get out of our shelter. So there's a lot of problems that need ironed out. And I would have loved to have one person to go to do the grant.
Well, I would have loved for you to bring the grant application.
Okay, y'all, we not finna do this.
I don't want to go back and forth either.
We not getting ready to do this.
Yeah, we're beating a dead
We're
horse.
going to we need to do what we've talked about, and hopefully, again, that will be a learning experience for all of us, instead of going back and forth with each other. Then we can, as a committee here, as the councilmen, we can sit down and talk about an effective way of how we can move forward. Y'all think we can do that? We can sit down and talk about an effective way to move after we have our presentation. That can enlighten us a whole lot. And then we could talk about, well, maybe this is the step that we do. And again, I'm not agreeing with either one of y'all and y'all own personal dilemma, but however, if there is something that has to be voted on and we all are in this together, it needs to be presented. We come here a lot, y'all, and everybody knows, there's no due process here. Everybody got a secret, and then they wait till they want to come here to air your dirty laundry, or to not tell or disclose or keep something from it and want someone else to speak for you. That's just not working, y'all. That's not working. Either we gonna work together or we not. I'm telling you, I'm not coming here to listen to y'all fuss and air your opinions. We're not here for your own agendas. We are here for the community. So, again, we need to do all of this right, the right way. We don't need no vigilante spirits. I did not call you a vigilante. You, and you. But what I'm saying, go look up the definition of it. That's not what we need here. We're here to work together. And I'm not coming here to be a referee. I'm not coming here to call a tech. It's gonna be a little bit more serious than a tech. We need to do our jobs and stop fussing and fighting as we get here. I'm tired of hearing about us on the news, and I don't even have social media, but everybody turn around, Wagoner this, Wagoner that, Wagoner that. We all grown adults. We can't even get along. We can't get along. We can't work together. I guaranteed you, every last one of us, if we were getting paid a salary, even despite if we didn't like the job, we would still go there and work with each other. We use a bunch of dressed up excuses, which is a lie, of not trying to work together. We've already resolved it. None of us have the fact. Anybody got the facts? Raise your hand. City councils, any of y'all got the facts? Do you have you got the facts you got the facts from the chief?
Yes, ma'am.
You got a written statement from the chief?
Yes, ma'am.
A written statement from the chief? Where's it at?
I just handed all my paperwork to Galen. She has a copy of it, and then has a copy of it.
Me and Gayla just got through looking at this.
I'll show you exactly where and what it said.
It gives you a communication. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate what you do.
Absolutely.
You can keep it.
But it gives us an email and a communication. But I've worked in the court system. This is not sufficient.
There's more documents in that.
I was reading it.
It's all there.
I understand, but it's not sufficient because there's no seal and their words don't have to be their bond. And so really, this won't even stand up in the court of law. Am I correct?
We'll have a look at it, but
So, again, we
Can we,
need the chief to come and do the presentation or to send a representation to give us, and then we need to start working from ground up, y'all. Again, one brick is not gonna build a house. Hello?
That's right.
One brick ain't gonna build a house. So unless all of us start putting these bricks together and building a house, we're hurting our community.
Absolutely. What are you saying, Ken?
well, let me say what I'm used to the way I'm used to the council and the mayor and the council proceeding on the splash pad project. It certainly doesn't have to be done this way, and you can make substitutions all along about what I'm about to say. But somebody or a committee, if you never want to get anything done, you could always have a committee do it, would get with an engineer, explain to that engineer what you wanted. That engineer would draft plans, maybe with some contingency plans, and you would submit those plans to the council, let the council decide which of any of those plans they wanted to adopt to get this done. You would get an an engineer's estimate from the engineer of the cost of building that splash pad and performing the work that's done in those plans. And in this case, maybe maintaining the splash pad in the future, get an engineer's estimate on that. And then the council could look at those figures and determine whether or not they had enough money to build and operate a splash pad. And you can make that determination with a $150,000 grant from the Cherokee Nation. Or you might go back to them and say, boy, sure would be nice, here's what we have, it'd be nice if we had $200,000. I don't know, but at least you would have some facts, figures from an engineer, and some plans about what you are going to build out there and what you're going to get for your money. That's the way I'm used to having these things done.
And possibly a collaboration with Creek Nation, because this side is Creek Nation.
Yeah, maybe so. You know you have so much money you have to come up with, and it's your job to come up with it if you're going to do the job, if you're going to do the project.
If we could see about meeting with somebody and have a meeting before their,
I could do that.
Thank you, Ben.
It's no problem.
Then we can go from there.
Yeah,
You can
it's
do
no
that
problem.
here.
And the only
Time and
reason,
we'll-
only reason this grant is done, because I asked him for the money for the splash pad. And so he said, well, I got a better way of doing this. So that's when the application came to me in April, and I filled it out, and Tanya helped me fill it out. But, and then he came back and he wrote an article, which is gonna be in the Cherokee Nation newspaper, about how Wagner pushed him to give more money than what he wanted to help other people in the community. So, which was good, and he said he'll tell anybody that in any town. That's the reason why he did that, is because of Wagner. But at the same time, I can get him, or like Taylor Duncan came down, if he wanted those two.
And I don't think anybody here is saying it's a bad thing, and we're not appreciative of it. It's just that we have to have all of our ducks in a row.
Yeah, we can have that. That's no problem. I'll call him this night or tomorrow and explain to him, and then he'll send somebody down here. He'll look on his calendar and see when he's available or when Taylor's available.
Kayla, did you gave us this email?
Yeah,
And so we just got it when we came here, so we
yeah.
weren't able to
It was
review
Tuesday
it.
night.
But if you review it, it says that I'm available to speak to city
Yeah, he
leaders
did.
as recommended is advisable.
Yeah,
That's what he put in here.
exactly.
And it is towards the work to to build a splash pad into a 1.8 million investment. So they're wanting to invest in that,
Well,
and they're
the-
willing to speak.
The 1.8 billion is that he put in that, he gave me 150.
Mm-hmm.
So he invested in other communities that went up to 1.8 million dollars.
Yes.
So other communities can have stuff as well as we did.
And that is the wellness among the community.
Yeah,
There's
this
a
is
word
his first
again,
one.
community members. So it was always here, but like I said, we just got this, so I didn't get a chance to review
Well,
it. but
I
thank
printed
you,
out Tuesday
Chad.
night when you got it. Yeah, you got one.
Today? Is this
Yeah.
on back here? Nope, I just got this
No, you
today.
got one today.
Yeah, today, but we didn't
Yeah.
get a chance to review it.
Yeah, I just printed out today.
Yeah.
I don't think we should ask for 200 because they say here they've capped it at 100.
No, you can't ask for 200. It's capped at 150.
I think Ken was just using an example.
Yes, he was.
So, with this going on and I appreciate the nation because they have helped Lincoln out a lot, more than, and with me, this is, coming in as a new council person, Lincoln wasn't nothing until the park committee got it going on and got stuff going there. I began to wonder what did I do when I was a kid to use the bathroom? Because I know I played over it all the time, but we didn't have no bathroom. Now they got a bathroom, they got pickleball, they got swing sets, and then we had enough money to put swings at Duncan, we had enough money to put swings at North Court, and which they appreciative of, but we didn't have nothing to do at Maple because we didn't have no more money to do. But we spent all that money, just like the 20,000 I got from my classmate. He didn't have to write a check for 20,000. That's 20,000 of somebody's retirement money, So, I wasn't a lone wolf on doing this. I just seen it available and done it. It's just like if another grant comes up tomorrow and it says 100% zero, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, because I'm looking out for the citizens that voted me in. It's not about me, it's about the kids, it's about the community, and that's what it's about. It's not about nothing else. It's about the quality of life for the community.
This-
And for these kids, if you go by Lincoln, what do? You see kids swinging every day.
The issue though, with this grant is it's not 100%.
It is 100%, and we're not gonna go over it no more.
No,
We're not
we
gonna
have a
speak on it no more.
presentation.
We're gonna have a presentation, that's it. And then you're gonna look like a fool when we get to 100%. So we're done with this meeting, we need to call it adjourned, and we need to go.
Yeah, we,
But it says, it does,
No,
it
no,
says right there.
I don't care what it says, Dalton, I'm not gonna go round and round with you.
This is
I'm
what you wanted me to
64 years
sign,
old.
Gayla.
I'm 64.
3 times without
I'm not
council
going to
approval.
30
You asked
31-year-old kid.
Dalton.
We're gonna let Chair,
Dalton and
whatever.
Gayla, we have already agreed to have the guy do
No.
it.
Yeah, Miss Willie Mae.
My daughter have said enough. She's taking chemo now, and she's every day to it. And you just keep piling on her. Just please leave her alone.
I'm not pounding on her, Miss Willie Mae. I have to do what's best for
I know
Wagner.
it, but you don't, you just keep on and on. She already told you what they gonna did, and they gonna finish it up. When they said, have the man come here, and then y'all have a meeting, you just keep piling. This is not what it said.
That's not what she said. It's-
Y'all, let's not be
Let's
reckless.
set up a time for,
Yeah, let's
That-
set up. a
that's
time
what we need to
before our-
do.
Before our
Let's do
tongues
that.
get polluted and we get reckless with our words, let's set up a meeting and end this.
we could put a meeting up at his discretion, I would, we think.
Yeah, it'd be at his discretion or Taylor.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna reach out to him this evening?
I'm gonna reach out to him as soon as I walk out that door.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just, let us know when he's available.
Just FYI, I will not be available Thursday next week. I'll be out of town. So
Okay.
if you
I'll
could-
try to have it so you can be here.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Item number 2 is adjournment.
So made.
Have a motion, second, please call. the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Wilson. Higginbottom. Wright.
Yes.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Nord.
Thank you, sir.
Like Ryan said. I seen you up there. I said,
I'm sorry.
He's older, I guess. I mean.
Yep, Christie? Yes, ma'am.
And the home inspector found something. I actually, we had to treat it, so I treated it.